Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Time. In case you're new here, hi, thank you so much for coming to watch my video. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like what you see. I do videos about lifestyle, beauty, and I'm also doing videos now about people who are coming to this country from Africa or other parts of the world, and also telling them ways that can help them and giving them ideas about different things that they can do, different options that are available they may not be aware of. And then also for people that are also already here, giving you ideas on how you can carve out a career path for yourself, you know, and all that. So if that's what you want to see, please hit the subscribe button and also the bell so you'll be notified of my videos, which I upload regularly now, weekly, and eventually I'll do 2 videos a week. But for now, I'm doing 1 video a week. So guys, if you haven't already seen the other videos that I've done on relating to this, I'll put them in the description box. You can check them out. To my returning subscribers, I haven't forgotten you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for always commenting. My regular commenters, I see you. Thank you so much. And then thank you so much for always supporting. I really do appreciate you all, guys. Anyway, in today's video, I want to talk about the experience that you need as a social worker in order to work as a social worker. You might not actually be aware of it already, so that's one of the things I want to talk about here. And I also want to talk about, I also want to reply to the question that someone asked me about the IELTS exam, which is the International English Language Testing System exam, which is the exam you need to write in order to demonstrate that you make the level, the English needs that you need for that course. Yes, you would need to write that exam. Someone asked me that question in my last video, and I've checked, I've researched, and as far as I know, if you're coming from abroad, you will need to write that exam in order to be able to apply, you know, for a course here in social work. So, as I said before, you can apply for social work. You can do a master's degree, you know, if you've already got experience in that area. You can do a master's degree. If you've worked as a community support worker or in one way or the other back home or whatever, you can always you can convert that experience into social work. And even in this country, if you're working in personal care or community support, or you're working as a care assistant in mental health, you can convert that experience and use it, you know, to apply to do either a degree in social work or a master's, undergraduate or master's. I went back, I did an undergraduate. Someone who had done, I applied to do a master's, and they said, oh, you haven't really worked in that area for a while, because I actually worked in finance for so many years. So they said, oh, I would need to demonstrate those skills, and I can't do that. So I didn't bother to apply to too many universities. I just went back and did an undergraduate because it was 1 extra year, which was, yeah, it's extra year, but I mean, at the end of the day, I spoke to someone who had done it before, and she said to me it would be better for me to do the undergraduate, because in masters they tend to assume that you've done so many things that you might not actually know, you know. But a masters is also very good. Going straight and do your masters is 2 years, and it's less capital intensive for those coming from abroad than if you have to do 3 years here again all over again. So yeah, I got a student loan because I live in this country, so I got a student loan to do mine anyway. Yeah, so guys, what I'm going to say to you now is that if you are already working in care as a care assistant, either in personal care, in dorm care, where you go in regularly and into different homes and help people, or you're working as a care assistant in mental health, or you're even working as a community support worker, maybe in a prison or somewhere like that, helping out prison services, so many different places, youth offending team, or anything like that, you can convert that experience into care, into social work. So for instance, in my own case, when I applied, in my personal statement, I had to demonstrate that I was interested in doing social work, and it wasn't just because I just wanted to do a course. So obviously, back home, we have a more integrated system where we all help each other. Families are close, knit families. We have systems around us. You have your parents, you have your grandparents, you have all people, you have children and things like that. We all kind of come together a bit more than in this country. I'm not saying it doesn't happen here, it does happen here, but back here, back home, you help people a lot, especially maybe if your grandmother is ill, she come and live with her son, your grandparents, you look after them. So that happens a lot back home in Africa, and also, yeah, some communities in this country as well. You know, you tend to help your grandparents, you tend to assist them, or you tend to assist your grandparents when they come to live with you. You look after them, you demonstrate person-centered skills. That's showing that you know what they need, you know, and what is applicable to them. For instance, maybe they need to be cared for in a certain way. That is what they want. You make sure that's the way you do it. Strength-based skills as well, using what strengths they already have. Maybe they're not able to do a certain thing, but they're able to do something else, so you're using that thing. You know, you're making sure that they are developing that strength even more. So those are some of the fundamental things we use in social work, adult social work, and even children. Strengths-based, person-centered skills. I mean, you can show empathy, you care about people, you demonstrate that, you know. I tend to volunteer. Yeah, I volunteered in church in a women's counseling group, you know, and that's even where I got the experience that I needed. I decided, okay, let me just go and do a social work degree, you know, and I did the 3-year degree all over again, you know, which, yeah, it was an extra year. I could have done the master's, but I just felt that, well, I applied to 1 or 2 and I wasn't taking for master's. Decided, you know what, let me just apply for a 3-year course, and I did mine in a college. So we have some colleges that used to do social work. My college were the last set, so I don't know, they don't do it anymore for now, but that college had been doing that for about 40 years, but it was our set, we were the last set, you know, of it, you know, they stopped it. So you do it there, the college, and then it's affiliated to the Open University. You know, Open University gives you the qualification, but you go for lectures in the college, and then they make sure that they are the ones who credit the course and make sure that you are meeting all these different requirements. You know, they check and all that, so it's quite intensive as well, you know. So that's why I did mine, and it was less than I would have paid if I'd gone for university. So anyway, so that's another way you can get in community support as well. You can work as a community support worker, maybe in a local government authority, maybe in a prison, or maybe in a council or wherever, you know. And then from there, some of them have programs where after you've worked for a year or 2, they tell you, okay, we have this social work apprenticeship scheme which you can apply to, and then you'll be working, you'll still be paid, but you'll also be given time off to attend lectures in universities, you know, and they'll be paying for it, you know. So that is another way as well, you know. So those are different routes. And then also, if you are working in personal care, in dorm care, or maybe in a care home, you can convert that experience that you have there into mental health. You can also work as a care assistant in the mental health support assistant, you know. That will help you. Also, if you decide you want to specialize in social work, mental health social work, we have something we call approved mental health practitioner, AMPs. We call them AMPs, approved mental health practitioners, you know. So even after you've qualified as a social worker, you go and you do that course. Maybe after 2 years post qualification, you do that course. It's about it's about 6 months, and they pay for it. Employer pays for it, and you become an approved mental health practitioner, you know. So there are different pathways. So if you're in mental health, you can look at what you can do in the future. If you're working in dorm care, don't just see it as, oh, that is where I can stay. Look at, you know, where you can get to, and if you want to stay there, it's also fine. But my videos are just to tell people that there are different options, because I didn't know all these things when I came into this country, and I just feel it would just be helpful to let people know that there are different opportunities as well. You don't have to stick to the norm or the status quo. You can look outside and see the sky's the limit, really, you know. So guys, I'll be responding to your questions. You can ask me questions here. You can ask me questions on Instagram. I'll put my Instagram link in the description box and also across here. And if you want to ask me any questions about social work, different aspects about them. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.